Hello, IHPA. President Foley here again, and today I will once again be talking about bee camp. I know there's a nice long video on bee camp. I'm going to try to keep it shorter today, but at the end of this video, I will try to have the link on the screen, but if it's not on the screen, at least go down to the video description and the notes down there on the YouTube video and click the link there, and it can take you to the prior video that will cover in great detail what bee camp is all about. Bee camp will be hosted this year on May 6th and 7th. It's an overnight event there for our youth, and it is hosted this year at Camp Wesley Woods, and that's on Lake Aquabi, that's located just a few miles south of Indianola, Iowa. This overnight event is very immersive for the youth scholars and just youth in general. This year we're opening up registrations and filling any of our open slots in the cabin, which at this moment there's only 7 left. But we're opening it up so that we just afford more opportunities for youth that maybe weren't in the youth scholarship program or missed out on the application deadlines. Anyhow, it's an overnight immersive event where any kid that has already learned the basics of beekeeping, has already taken a beginning beekeeping course, and this is why it goes hand in hand with our youth scholarship program, because they've already received free educational classes that led up to them getting their freebies, starting their hive, and then this comes in right behind it here. And there is a great, fairly long class given by Andy Joseph, the state inspector, where he takes the kids through multiple beehives and works in small groups so all kids get to hold the frames and gets to see everything that he's talking about. But he goes through detailed hive inspections. He talks about the good and the bad and the ugly, and really tries to drive home some of those beginner classes that they took to further the foundation of the knowledge that we've given them. I know I'm just saying a whole bunch of fancy words here, but again, that class takes it to a whole new level. They will learn they will learn how to graft their own queens. And no, we don't expect them to the very next day go out there and graft queens on their own, but think of it like this. You kids go through school and they learn geometry. And it's not so that right after taking that intro to geometry class that they immediately become an engineer, an architect, a carpenter, a mechanic, but it lays the founding blocks so that as they progress through school and college, they can go ahead and do those careers. So this queen rearing class, it teaches them all the fundamentals on queen rearing, from hillbilly techniques on up to instrumental insemination of bees. It will cover some of that information. And that way, if the kids a year into beekeeping, 2 years into beekeeping, 3 years into beekeeping, suddenly they're like, I want to try rearing my own queens. They've already had a basic understanding of all the steps that are required, and they just have to brush up on it. They could read from a book or watch a video on YouTube, and bingo bango, they would be a lot more successful with it than the person that starts out fresh with no understanding of it. There is a great class on essentially teaching the kids what to do with their honey. Everybody knows that you can bottle it, but those kids will be able to sell it at a much higher dollar value if they learn some of the nuances like flavoring honey, making creamed honeys, the value of bottling and packaging and coming up with a label and the laws and rules regulating that stuff. So there's a class on that we teach. There's multiple other classes that we teach as well, but you can see how I'm saying here that we take that education and we we pump it up a notch for these kids. And it's not like you have an instructor and there's 50 people that they're talking to and the kids can get left in the wayside. This is a very small group, and the kids need to be hands-on with this stuff. So it's just a fantastic program. Outside of that, the camp has a lot of fun activities that the kids can do. There's a whole rec center with pool tables, foosball, various other games, board games. We'll have a campfire that evening where the kids can roast marshmallows and hot dogs. Food is provided at this camp. The cabins are climate controlled, so you don't have to worry about it being too hot or too cold. The kids are going to be completely happy with the temperature of the cabins and what we're providing them. For those of you looking to register for the 7 open spots of our camp, there is, again, a link in this. There's a Facebook post that you can go to on the IHPA Facebook page. I also shared that to the Friendly Beekeepers of Iowa, to the Des Moines Backyard Beekeepers, to SEBA, to the Southern Iowa Hive Handlers page, and a number of others. You can click on that link and register your kids. I will take down those posts and probably this vlog as soon as those 7 spots are filled. Costs involved in bee camp. If you're a scholarship student, the IHPA is fully funding the attendance for your kids. So if you got that scholarship, you got the free beekeeping equipment, hive, bees, educational classes, we're throwing this in as a bonus to you guys, and you get a free class or a free weekend event. For those of you that are IHPA members, your kids can attend this event if they are between the ages of 13 and 17. That I know for sure that are the ages. I know in a prior video I was unsure about the application ages for the youth scholarship program, but for the bee camp, ages 13 through 17, you can attend our bee camp. And if for members, the price is $75. IHPA in no way, shape, or form is trying to make even a penny on this. That is literally the cost of the rental of the cabin for every person that is attending beyond our minimum number, which we've already covered the minimum number. So just every new head that walks in the door, the camp is charging us $35. We also will have $25 in food costs, and some of that is donated, or else obviously food costs would be higher. And on top of that, there is a sanitary bedding pack that is provided to each of the attendees of this. That bedding pack basically has a fitted sheet, a loose sheet, a quilt, a pillow, a pillowcase, a bath towel, a washcloth, all of the goodies there that have been completely sanitized and wrapped in plastic, so you don't have to worry about any germs in a time of, well, we're past the time of COVID, but still, to be respectful of everybody that is still concerned about things like that, we have a beautiful sanitary bedding pack provided to them. You could still bring your own sleeping bag and pillow, but for any of you that was not wanting to do that, we've got you covered. So anyhow, those 3 costs, when you add them up, is $75. Outside of that, if your family is not an IHPA member, if nobody in your household is an IHPA member, you can still attend. You don't even have to be a beekeeper. You could be just Joe Blow that's listening to this vlog that has a 13 to 17-year-old and you think that they'd really enjoy this camp. They can still attend. It would be $105 for a non-IHPA member to attend. Again, we're not trying to make a penny on this. But you will get a free, technically at that point, you just paid for it, but it's free, paid for, 1-year membership to IHPA. So you become a member of IHPA by sending your kid to this. We have no rules on who that membership goes to within your household. So whether it's a parent, whether it's the teen, whatever the case may be, you can assign that membership to whoever you like. Membership basically gets you huge discounts on our summer field day that we host. It gets you the ability to sell your honey products at our state fair booth. It opens up the ability for your kids to apply for our $500 college scholarships, to our youth program, to our Queen program. It gets you huge discounts off of annual conference. The list goes on, but there is value to membership out there. And every day, our IHPA board is trying to examine more ways that our membership can basically receive more and more perks for actually being a valued member of our organization. Have I skipped anything on Bee Camp here? No, I think I've got that. $75, $105 accommodations, and all the details. If you go down to the specifics on this video, you can hop over to the other video that you can see live video of camp, photos. It goes more into some of the nitty-gritty detailed items on there. You can always contact Stephanie Meyer or myself, and we can give you a full rundown on any of your questions about Bee Camp or our scholarship program. I think that's about it. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I look forward to seeing students at Bee Camp. Thank you, and have a great weekend.